And it should be, yeah, should show the two of us.
Just the two of us.
We can make it if we try.
Just the two of us. You
Even I.
and
Put that on there.
says this meeting has been live streamed. Oh, I can see the YouTube thing in the corner.
Now, hopefully,
It says the content of this meeting is being sent to YouTube.
yes, that would work out. That's what's supposed to be happening.
Excellent. Congratulations, you.
Yeah, so no, it's a case of just us having a chat, I suppose, because I mean, this is the first time I've ever done this, and yeah, so yeah, look at that YouTube, yeah, content sent to YouTube. Look at that, first time doing things. Should we do multi-speaker, speaker, immersive? What's that look like? Oh no, I don't know what that looks like. Look, I'm looking at all these different options for us to do things, to view. I suppose gallery might be better because then it's the two of us, and we'll see what happens when I flip onto the YouTube and have a look at the same time.
So, do we have any questions?
Well, not just yet. Not just yet. I'm just it's just we have one person watching, which is me on my own thing, to making sure everything's
Oh,
working. So that's the way it works at the moment. But I'm hoping when this I'm saying people send the settings. Killy was in when I did the tests. Ah, there we go. So it's just showing me now as the two and that. So yeah, that's what's going down. And now I'm going to copy the link and put it into the Facebookage and do all that stuff. Uh,
excellent.
uh, there it is. And then there it is. Where is it? No, podcast. Meta. There we go. Finding all the links and things I've got saved. Uh, create. But no, that's about it, really. How are you?
I still got this rotten cough. But apart from that, not too bad, not too bad. Did you have a good Christmas?
Yes, thank you, mate. All good. Just plodding along, nice and chilled when it needed to be. Didn't really have to travel far, which was nice. And yes, it's all good. What about? Did you have to go anywhere, or your family nice and
No, no,
mindful?
no, no. We had a stop at home one this one. Um,
Nice.
so yeah, it was. I mean, I was like I say, I was feeling rotten for Christmas because of this cold thing. So didn't really get to do a lot, which is a bit frustrating because all the jobs back up over the year, and then you think I'll get them done over the Christmas, and no, you just couldn't do anything. Just washed out.
Don't do it. Give it a
Just
big
washed.
smile and do a picture. When I'm to sneeze. Oh, that's a horrible sneeze.
On the plus side, I did paint 4 units of Tauntauns.
Oh, nice. I managed to get lots of painting done this over the Christmas period as well.
And a rebel officer and a rebel agent.
Oh, very cool. That's quite a lot.
Uh, the Tauntauns are the big one. There's a lot of Tauntaun to paint.
Well, there, what you mean bodies wise, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Well, okay, that makes sense. Good
lot of
evening.
surface, lot of surface area.
So I've got the chat lock up at the moment. So I'm going to say good evening, Monk Reed, who's said hello and put a little smiley face. So that's there. Good evening. Ask questions away if you have any, my friend. This is the first one we've done this, so I was just like, oh, we'll give it a go, give it a try,
Yeah.
and stuff. And let's just notify the Discord as well, and see what's going on. But this is the first thing back since the new year. So 2 weeks' time they'll be back onto pod, and there'll be some events to talk about and stuff as well. So I suppose I have some questions for you. Anders Melby, what's your opinion? Here we go. First, Anders, you get the first question. Here we go. Anders,
Hey, thanks, Anders.
what is your opinion on super squads in Rebel, excluding the Cassian super fleet? So I'm going to go with the super squads in for vets, for Rebel vets, and regular Rebel troopers. So what's your thoughts on that? And then considering you've been playing a lot of Rebels recently, that's probably not a bad question to start with.
Yeah, not bad at all. I mean, the Cassian Super Squad is just bonkers good. Um, the it might be with Cassian, it might be a little overtuned, and that, to be honest, applies to all the Rebel super squads, the Rebel troopers, and the Rebel vets as well. Um, you're losing a quarter of a hit for every dead model, with Cassian keeping them ticking over. Um, outside of Cassian, um, I think the vets have got some mileage. I know vets generally get a lot of bad press, but I think they're one of the best core units. The amount that they stick around is way beyond what they should with the low profile. And when you get to play that, you'll see it. The Rebel Troopers are a real hit and miss. The non-surging black is just coin flips on every dice. And so making that a super squad, yes, it tries to even out the odds, but sometimes you'll get like one hit. Other times you'll get like 8 hits and nine hits. So it's not something that you can rely on. I think is where I'm going with that.
Toe to toe, super squads in general. If you were to rank super squads across all factions, what do you think is the either the best or pound for pound, whatever you think, maybe point for point, what's the most value for money, that sort of thing? Because obviously B1s can just go, I'll add a million, there's a million B1s, go for
Yeah,
it. But are they as effective as they could be?
it,
That sort of thing.
it,
So what's your
this
what's
is
your
going to
fave?
be a real depends answer. Um, the thing with Rebels, why I don't think the super squads are that good in Rebels, is because Rebels trade off the fact that they're everywhere. There's like 13, 14 activations, and as soon as you start bulking up with super squads, you're losing the points. You've got to lose an activation. Um, the thing with rebels is they're really annoying. If you've got, like, say, a squad of 4 and you kill 3 of them, you've now got to waste one of your units shooting at it just to get rid of that leader. um, Whereas if you've got a super squad of, say, 9 and you kill 4 of them, then yeah, you just shoot again at them. So with the rebels, I'm not sure the value is there, because the high activate you want the high activation count.
Yeah.
If you're and that's true for any super squad. Where I think you get some juicy value is in things like Galactic Republic,
Yeah.
because they're already at the low end of the activation count, and so bumping them up is, yeah, that's fine. There is an argument that you lose that surge token. So if you've got 2 regular squads versus a super squad, you lose 1 surge token. In the grand scheme of things, that's probably not a lot. But what it means is that super squad is now courage 2 and indomitable, and can survive unfavorable variants. So say your regular squad gets hit for 4 or 5 hits, that can wipe it out. With the super squad, they're not wiped out.
Is if you were given a choice and on I'm gonna flip your brain here and make you go, oh, if you were given a choice and you were running clones or Empire, would you choose to run multiple squads or would you run big squads because of red saves and and potential staying power? What do you think is the better trade-off?
I think it goes down to personal preference and playstyle.
Okay.
Um, you look at my armies; they favour MSU, multiple small units, um, rather than one big hitty thing.
Yep.
I
Big
have played
hitty thing.
around with, sorry,
Big hitty thing. What a phrase.
thing. I have played around with lists with big hitty things, and obviously you've got the the Dave Grant 6 activation Gar list, with Anakin or Yoda at the helm. That's an interesting one. Um, the thing with super squads is there's obviously a price point where it just becomes an auto take. so they can't drop them that much. And finding that right balance is really difficult.
Yep.
And like I
If
said, with Cassian coming out, all of a sudden Cassian turns a fleet super squad into a fleet amazing squad.
let's
Uh,
just bring that up for a second. For some people who aren't rebel connoisseurs, they may be going, "Say what?" So I'm just going to bring in fleet supers, so squad, and I assume shotgun, not the MPL. Lol. Cool. So basically, so for 127 points, you get four. How many is it? Nine, 10 plus Cassian, and the Cassian's got one health in there. So you have an 11 health unit with white saves. The Cassian's card, to remind people what it does, because it has two options on it. He becomes the leader. The courage goes up by one, so it's courage two. When one or more of the minis in this unit are defeated, you may flip the card. This card starts the game and it has low profile and secret mission. So when it flips to, the unit has it turns to Cassian on its own. Sorry, Cassian and mini, and it turns to courage, not bothered.
Infinite.
Uh, Uncanny luck one, and you
Yeah.
can turn once per turn when this unit forms an attack pool, add one white dice to the attack pool for each mini that was from this unit that was previously defeated. So basically, you're always chucking out 9, 18 plus the heavy and Cassian dice. You're always chucking out 18 dice minimum.
No, because it's you
No?
lose. So you lose a fleet trooper.
Mm-hmm.
So you lose two white, but then you add one back in.
Oh, you add one, so you're not adding their dice for the thing. Sorry, you are. Yeah, so you're my brain. Sorry that you're not adding that mini's dice. You're adding one white dice.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so it's still not too bad. It's just like rolling B1s that never die.
Yeah, and obviously if you've got it on Rebel Troopers, that takes um, a 4 in 8 chance down to a 2 in 8. On vets, it takes a 5 in 8 down to a 3 in 8. So that's why I think he's slightly better on vets,
Yep.
because it's a 40% reduction rather than a 50% reduction. Um, with with fleets, the reason it's on fleets is because when he flips, he becomes combat to 2.
Yep.
So he sits within that sort of range 2 or combat to 2 that fleets are looking to operate in, and you get 2 red from that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you can do, I can't remember what the exact numbers are. It's something like if you lose 1 and flip him, he's got, let's do the maths here. So you've got 9 down to 8, so you've got 16 white. And you've got 4 red. Sorry, 17 white because you've lost one. So
Yep.
that's four red and 17 white.
That's painful white. That's a painful dice pool.
That's
Lovely. It's a lovely dice pool. What am I saying?
it's a lovely, lovely dice. And that's PS1 as well.
Yay, just what you've always wanted.
Yeah.
For Killy, has said that one of us pronounces Cassian weird. I don't know which one he's referring to, you or me, but here we go. But we have Monk Reed ask a question: do you think Luke and Han on Tawns is worth investing into? And if so, worthwhile to run a squad of Tawns and double T-47 doable. So I'm going to assume he's looking at Han and Luke on a Tauntaun, Tauntaun's cavalry, two T-47s, and then other stuff. I'm just making a guess on what that list is.
Echo base.
Which could be really. Is that a pure echo base, or is that you can run that as
How many tons did you say?
he hasn't specified, so I'm going to quickly make it as if I was just sort of having a bit of a laugh. Is it on
You
there?
can't fit all that in. So I'm looking at an echo base at the moment, which is 3 vets, 3 turrets, 4 tawns, airspeeder, officer, and agent.
Oh, you can definitely do it, mate. Hang on, I'm just looking. I'm not doing it on echo base. On
Well,
echo
the thing is,
base,
you don't know what Han and Luke on Tauntaun's points are yet.
we can take an educated guess. Say they're at the maximum 120. Or maximum 150. So I'm going to add 300. So I've got 10 acts, 655, and I'm going to add
Okay.
300. I'll add 300 points and I've still got 45 points, and I managed to get Luke and Han, 3 fleets, 3 tons, two T-47s, and I've got 50. Let's say we've got 50 points to spare with it.
Two
So
T-47s.
2 of them, yeah, double. So you got massive speed. It's yeah. So you're basically going cowabunga at the fleet. That's me just running that. Unless Monk wants to just chuck on a list that he's had in mind, that would be really handy. But there's me chucking out
That
ideas.
would be, yeah. I mean, like I say, I've been running 4 tons, single airspeed, 3 vets, 3 turrets, and then the 2 characters. I found the single airspeeder to be better than double. So with the land speeders, you can keep them at range 4, you can pick people off, you can be an absolute menace, and the range 4 counter keeps them alive. The T-47s are only range 3. And at range 3, the volume of firepower goes up so much. The X-34 land speeder, armor 2, yeah, it'll take a few hits off. The T-47's only armor 3. Light cover, yeah.
Well,
So
armor 3, depending on what, and then potential heavy cover if you add on the old what's
too
his
many
name,
points.
pilot.
Too many points. Hotshot pilot. Sorry, outer rim jockey.
That's his name. Yep, that's the one.
Not a big fan of that. But yeah, I mean, it's perfectly doable. My concern with the T-47 is you've got to run it into the danger zone,
Mm-hmm.
where it's going to be targeted. So I prefer to operate T-47 on the wings and minimize what can attack it. And if you do that, it can be the bully boy that it should be. But if you try to fly it straight down the throat of your opponent, you're not going to have a T-47.
Yeah, that was the classic when it was. Do you remember the halcyon days of when it was the T-47 and the ATST were just the only main heavies kicking around? And everyone would think, "I'm going to fly right the ATST," and in that shootout, that the T-47 does
There's only one winner.
did not win, which was always quite fun to watch. So when it was ever you see T-47s at a tournament, it was always like, "Yeah, they lived," and that made me laugh always for that. If yes, Monk Reed, if you just send us that list you were thinking of, mate, and then we'll see if we can put that in. But we'll move on to the next question, which is from Domlar8144. Thoughts on the 212? I suppose I'll chuck my first ideas in this if you like, because and then you can bounce back. So I tried Triple Saber, which was fun and really good. I think there's some really interesting combinations with it. If you depending on how I think there might be 2 styles of running it. You either run it with ARFs and then run it vehicles with the scout card, or you don't and you run the vehicles there and then go infantry heavy and you don't run the scout card. Funny, I've had a conversation with John Bushman over in the States, who I think he came placed second in a small tournament with 212, which was the heavy on the infantry variant with Triple Saber. But Jeff, what do you think? Because this is your thoughts, Reverend.
Oh, I'm renowned not for using glow sticks. So any 212 would be pew pew heavy. So I was looking at one with Cody. I have gone 2 big infantry squads. So clone trooper infantry, medic, shotgun, fat squad, into the fray and frag grenades, coming out at 160 each. And then the 2 ARFs, and then Saber tank tooled up, and 2 ISPs.
Yep.
So yeah, divulge the scout card.
Yep.
The which one is it again? It's
I don't let me bring it up.
sneak attack. Sneak attack. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Sneak.
So the 2 fat clone infantry gain infiltrate. So if they move and shoot, that's anything apart from the last 6 inches of the board that they can target. And then because you've got the 2 ARFs, 2 vehicles gain scout. So that's probably something like the missile pods and the saber
Beams?
tank.
Oh, okay, the bit saber tank. Yep, sorry, I
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah. So I've got a beam on one ISP, and I've got a beam turret on the saber tank.
Yep, yep, yep.
And then you basically you try and give as many orders out on turn one. Um, you've got you haven't got any mitigation in terms of things like um, what's it called, improvised orders.
Yep,
So you're going to have to roll with whatever your bag comes out with. But yeah, the idea is try and get the infantry coming out late.
yep,
Um, get the tanks out, start blowing holes in things. It's only 8 activations, but with the beam, you get to hit. There's 2 beams in there. You get to hit multiples. So
yep.
going against high activation count, yeah, you're absolutely fine. And then let's say the 2 fat squads will start taking things down quite quickly.
What do you think of Kenobi and 212?
Like I said, I really struggle with Jedi. I always have done. So I try and avoid glow sticks in any army.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. I'm trying to think then. So I can't really offer you ask you an opinion for the old Jedi Knight in there because I ran mine with 3 tanks, a Jedi Knight, 2 I think it was 1 or 2 arcs, can't remember now, but an arf and squads. The Jedi Knight I found to be really fun because it was just a good linebacker, and that pip one that comes with the generic Jedi Knight is basically a mini version of Hello There, which is really good and really handy if you want it. Really handy if you come up against Vader and he's misplayed. And I managed to kill Vader, so that worked out quite well.
My,
Um,
my my issue is that I seem to be very psychologically scarred with 3+ saves.
Psychologically scarred.
So red searching saves never seem to roll anything but blanks, which is why I go with white save armies.
Okay, fair enough then. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, so moving on then, we'll go over to the next question in then is Jason Simmons in the latest podcast. Thank you, Jason.
Jason,
By the way, I'm just going to put out there. People haven't noticed, look at the video, the link on the video description. If anyone is interested in some of the tokens, that Comscan Gaming is the guy who makes us, and Jason is the guy who does that. So if everyone is interested, hop on over to Comscan Gaming on Etsy, and you can have a look and see what he does because they're pretty damn cool, and I love my blue set, and it has to be blue because blue is a color, all that kind of jazz. Anyway, back to the question, which has just disappeared out my thing as I'm clicking around trying to find things. Yes, that was it. So when you've been doing some introduction games, haven't you?
yes.
And it's decided to, and I wanted to follow up that question. There we go. I'm gonna word the question exactly so I don't get it wrong. Chat, where are you, chat? Where's the chat? Okay, disappear then. Fine. I'll find you on other YouTube. Live chat. Basically, it was asking about how you're finding in what in armies you do are you introducing to it to give to other people. How are you helping them enable get into the game? That words to that effect. Yeah, there you go. Pretty much.
So for those who are not aware, Asmodee, AMG's parent, have partnered up with UKTC, which is the UK Tournament Championship, I think it is. It's predominantly a 40k organisation, but they've partnered up, and UKTC are running a program called Nexus, which is a community outreach program. And the idea is that they will support people in the community to build the player base. So how are they doing this? They've got a huge handbook, which is about 260 odd pages long, but that is comprehensive and covers everything from there's you and your mate in your kitchen playing and you want to build it up into a club, all the way up to you running your first multi-international grand tournament, and everything in between. So how you actually build your club, promote your club, make sure you don't get burnout and things like that. So really, really positive step from Asmodee and UKTC there. It's backed by some heavily discounted product as well, which I've taken advantage of. What they don't have though is a how to do a Legion intro. So we had to come up with that ourselves. So sat down and thought, right, what do I want to achieve with this? So Legion, the game itself, there's a lot goes into the turn zero, the flop, the mission cards, etc., and then deployment. And if you get either of those things wrong, you can massively impact the game.
Mm.
So we decided, right, scrap those two. We will play a simplified. We'll play the recon version of Closer Pocket, so 3v3 and the three POIs, because that's nice and simple. And we will set up the table as if the end of turn one has just happened. So people can't misdeploy, people can't do some weird stuff. It gives both participants or both sides a fair shout at what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Think of a flight simulator rather than going through all your pre-flight checks and spooling your engine up and taxiing down the runway and then taking off, and it's just straight into that flight part.
That makes sense.
So that's what we did. We said we'll start on turn two, and we, because of the I've got most armies, but most of it is rebels and empire. So we put a fat squad of fleets, a fat squad of fat squad of vets, sorry, and Luke, and we put an airspeeder, and on the other side we put Vader, Commander Vader, a fat squad of stormtroopers, a fat squad of Shores, and a speeder bikes.
I'm with you.
So you've not got a lot on either side, but you can see the variety. And we gave them 3 of the Vader cards, and then assault, push, and ambush, and 3 Luke cards and assault, push, and ambush. So still doing the command cards from turn 2, and they're choosing what to do. We ended up having to tweak it. I originally didn't give Vader saber throw, but the problem is he can get isolated.
Yeah.
So kind of needs it, but we did not give him burst of speed because that's just cheat code in recon.
That makes sense.
So keep him to his speed 1. And yeah, it's gone down pretty well. With the fat squads there, you haven't got suppression being too much of an issue because they're indomitable. It's also not a feels bad, oh, my squad just got insta deleted.
Yeah.
So you get some exchanges of shots, and like, oh, you shot me, but you didn't kill me. I can race on to the point, etc., etc. You've got, obviously, Vader hits harder than Commander Luke. So we've gone Commander Luke rather than operative. But on the flip side, the airspeeder hits harder than the speeder bikes.
Yes, it does.
You've got, on the Empire side, you've got the speeder bikes and the HH-12 in the squad. So that can take down the airspeeder. So you've got something to have a go at. Not obviously Vader's saber thrower can just launch.
Yep, I've got for
But yeah, so that's what we did, and like I say, it plays quite well.
Nice. So yeah, hopefully, Mr. Simmons, that helps. And again, for anyone listening,
Yeah,
oh,
what I plan to do is I've done a crib sheet.
Oh,
Once I've run it another once or twice, I'm going to submit that to the Nexus program.
yep.
As a, if you're running a Legion demo, this is sort of the tools you might need,
Yep.
and how you might do it. Now, I've picked up since doing that, I've actually picked up the Rebel starter and the Empire starter, not for myself, but to run demos with.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to look again at what's in the things, but I quite like 4 squads, so I'll probably play around with that. But for anyone interested, if you go onto Discord, I'm sure. Well, we'll send the Discord link in the show notes at the end.
That makes sense. And as I was saying, if anyone's watching and they're wondering about these tokens I mentioned, if you click on the links in the description, look at that down there. It says https comscan.etsy.com is down there. And also there's other links in there for our Instagram, our Facebook. And also if you're not a Patreon supporter and you want to know what we do on our Discord, feel free to click on that link and have a little look about what we do, because there's all sorts of shenanigans going in there, from sports to from Legion exactly to sports, other games, etc. And it's a lovely little community that we all have fun with. Unless you are Luke Cook and put a picture of yourself in a 49ers jersey, in which case you can do one. Moving on. Joe Austin. You know what? Did a prediction. What's the odds? Joe Austin asks about lats. And this is the exact question. He said, what list or faction do you, no, this is to you, Jeff, not me, do you struggle against, and how many lats is too many? So the serious question is, what do you struggle against? And we'll ask the lat question after.
Do I struggle against? I probably struggle the most against clones when they just sit there and go save, 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 save. That's nothing to do with anything other than just the red defense of just save, 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 save. I mean, yeah, over the last couple of years, we've had things like arcs being well undercosted. Then there was Sleeper Cell, then there was Aquas and Droidicas. So you struggle against individual units that are undercosted and spammed,
Yep.
but not so much. I don't think there's a faction I go, ooh, don't want to fancy facing that faction. It's usually that composition. So high activation rebels is such a pain. Clones is a bit of a pain. I seem to do all right against glow sticks. So usually because I can pull them into places where they don't want to be, and with because I traditionally run high activation lists. So it's a case of, right, you can either chase me, in which case you're not scoring the POI, or you're doing something else and you're out of position, and that's fine. Just sit on a POI and we'll just pour firepower into you till you're dead, and then we'll go and sit on the POI.
Yep.
So yeah, it tends to be more sort of units than factions.
So on that then, with the units, how many lats is too many lats? Say that again. You broke up then. How many lats is too many lats?
Yeah. I'm just thinking.
Ha! I mean, it's in 212, so you could run 3.
I think 1 is too many.
Oh, one's too many. I wondered about. I wondered if you could do a triple lat list with triple ARFs,
Yeah.
and then stick some Jedi Guardians in there for fun.
Would you not go triple arcs?
No,
Or
because
would
in
you go
212
triple arcs with Jedi Guardian for the 12?
you can't take arcs in the 212. But what you can do, yeah, you can do.
Well,
You can do, there we go, triple ARFs with the Jedi Guardian and the Duo for 114. Stick them, and you can stick them in the lats. Stick them in the lats and have fun, basically. And you've still got 707 points to play. But Cody, yeah, Cody's already in there. And then do your infantry, so you can do some big squads. Let's do that. I'm just making a list as I make it. 3 in, there we go. No, I can't do 3, so I can do. So at the moment you can do Cody, nothing on at the moment. 2 big squads, no heavies. Triple ARFs of the Guardian and the Duo. and triple lat with nothing on yet, and you've still got 75 points to play with at 9 activations. There's an idea. I don't know. Just chucking out things for people with lats who are crazy. Going from one Austin to the other. Apologies, heathen of a droid player here. Been playing with Staps lately, but not found them to be. No, my glasses. Not found them to be as an effective in list as I would like. Thoughts on crab droids compared to spiders and Staps instead? First off, my instant reaction beforehand here would be I think it depends what you're running the Staps with. So that's my follow up on that one. But yep,
100%.
because I think if you're running Staps with the Grievous wheelie bike at the moment, I think that could be quite. I think that's a good combo.
Staps are one of those what I would class as bullying units. Uh,
What? Go on, break that down. What are
yeah.
your bullying units?
So a bullying unit is a unit that will dish out an awful amount of pain if you let it. But if you can get it at the right point, it'll just fold. So Staps, before they've activated, white save, no surge, they'll just collapse. But if they've moved twice, 2 dodges, they've got a dodge from Kalani, there's an exemplar dodge, you can just throw firepower and go, yeah, okay, we're still here. So the Staps work if they can come in late and hit you and then go early. And because you've got the coordinate vehicle,
Yep.
you can get, like I say, all 3 of them chained orders for the following turn. So if you've got again a high activation list, your Staps can come on late on turn 1, or you can hold them back and use them late on turn 2. They'll come in and shred something that's been exposed on a wing. Again, operate them down the center. You've got too much firepower coming in from the sides and the center that they'll start wilting. But if you come round a side, your opponent's then got to react by ordering the things that are against the Staps to hold them back
Yep.
until the Staps have been. And if they don't, then they're at the risk of the bag taking them away. And then the Staps are free to just come in and just, like I say, bully.
That makes sense. So I think
Um,
so. He sent me his follow up to the list in it, which is
yes.
the Greg on his wheelie bike,
Yep.
B1s. No,
Yep.
he hasn't sent me the exact. So he's basically wheelie bike Greg, Grievous on his bike,
Yep.
B1s, Geos, a snail, and then triple. And I assume triple Staps on that. So
Activations.
he hasn't told me that either. So when you're ready, Tom, come on,
It's
get in there, mate.
it's a big difference between 11 acts and 14 acts.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
I
with
I'm
all
trying. I'm trying to see the
all, all
merit.
speeders, all
I'm trying
speeders
to.
are bullies.
I'm trying to see the merit of the snail in there, and for not for something else maybe for its points.
Line of sight.
Well, okay, you can do that, but you could do that with maybe just do some adjustments and doing that same with an AAT.
Yeah. It's just less to fly through when you with your Staps. So if you've got your snail tank and your Staps are coming down, the Staps can come down one side, the snail tank can then block off any return shots, and then next round the snail can go first, and then the Staps can go around it.
It's a 20-point difference on the tanks on those two tanks, which is insane considering the difference of the two.
Oh, the AAT going down by 15 points was like, this is something nobody asked for.
150 points for pure horribleness. So yeah,
Yeah.
but there you go. That's what happens.
But yeah, all speeders
Uh,
are bullies.
he says it's 12 acts. 12 acts. 1B1 is a mega squad with Kraken. He forgot the Iron Spider. Snail is for initial B1 order, chaining and transport if needed on the outflank.
Yeah, not sufficient vol. You need to get another act or two, probably at least another one, just to enable you and have the order control so that you can keep your Staps back for when you need
How's he getting triple Staps and an Ion and the Spider?
cheating. Unless he's got double
Because
Staps.
Yeah, I was going to say you should probably want to run triple stabs. Sod that droid tank off. Yeah. So let's do
And
that.
swap them for aquas.
Yeah, I was going to say you could for the cost of that, you could definitely get a squad of aquas and then piddle about with other things, Grievous and things like that. So yeah, but that's yeah, okay, cool. You're running 2 stabs. Well, there's your problem. Run 3 of them.
Yeah. So some things like Staps, Tauntauns, any speeders, they work better in volume because you can just do the 1, 2, 3. Um, whereas,
Especially for the order control on droids.
oh god, yeah, yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I'll just control all of them. Thank you very much. You run them
Mhm.
as run them in the pack.
Yep. Don't
So
split them up.
so
Run them as a 3 on 1 flank.
correct. So Tom, there's your answer. That's why if I'm running, that's what I do with my bucks. If I when I tend to run triple bucks. It's rare that semi-rare I'll run 2 depending on what else I've got on with it. You run them as a triple and as a what's the word I'm looking for? As a pure flanking force.
Yeah. Wolf pack.
Yes, except not under the water. Message for you, Javier Silvan says, Jeff, come to Valencia. Sorry,
Oh, Javier,
Valen-
thank you very much. I know I'm looking at it. Um, I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best.
your next up
That's
question.
that's Valencia on the 31st of January and the 1st of February. It's the Darth Maul Open. Details are on legionevents.app.
There you go. And if you're interested, the Legion Events app is already on the video description. So when you click on it, it'll be there.
Good lad.
Moving to north of the border. Johnny says, I won't do his accent. You're known for your well-rounded rebel builds. I am known, brackets, if I'm known at all, for very skew lists. If you were to build a skew list, what list would you build?
What list would I build as a SKU list? Let's see. I'm sure I've got a SKU list somewhere.
So while you think of yours, I'll just say what for fun that I don't think will be competitive, but for fun, I've been messing around with a pure light glow stick skew on Republic, which I worked out that I could have. I think it was 11 lightsabers in total would be on the board. So which would be it was I think I had Ahsoka. Yeah, I had Ahsoka and Anakin, and then I also had 2 Jedi Knights. So both, I think it was some combination of. Oh yeah, it was Ahsoka, Anakin, and then I think I even had. Was it Kenobi or Yoda? I'll put Yoda in there, and then 1, 2, 3, and then I played around with stuff. So I had Yoda, Anakin, Ahsoka because of using the old what's it called? Associate keyword. So you have Yoda
Yes.
with 1, Anakin with makes it 2, 3, 4 off Ahsoka, and then the Jedi Knights had 1, 2, and then if they had the double, it was 5, 6. Then you can add some Jedi Guardians into some squads if you wanted to as well, which was a bit of a laugh. And that note,
Double digits glow sticks.
yeah, so you could get some double-digit glow sticks, which I think is. I don't know if that's the skew you're looking for, but it is quite I call it a glow stick skew. How's that?
Yeah.
What about yours?
How would you like a glass cruise missile?
Uh, I'm trying to think. Trying to think of a witty piece of words to say that is not
It
contemporary and news related. But go on.
hits like a ton of bricks, but don't get hit by it. Don't get hit first.
Go on then. What you got?
So you base your line with it's rebels, 13 activations. You got 2 vets with the heavies, 2 blaster turrets.
Yes.
They're your anchor. You've then got 2 speeder trucks,
Yes.
both with the heavy laser retrofit, both with an unorthodox tactician to dish out aims, and one with a backworld medic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You've then got 2 slingers and a sleeper cell.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Han with up close and personal.
Interesting.
A rebel officer and 2 rebel agents, all with repeating blasters.
Right.
And all 3 repeating blasters can shoot on turn 1.
Oh,
Um,
God.
and yeah, and of course, with the speeder trucks as well, and with other shenanigans, um, then there's aims floating around for your long shots on your heavy blasters. Um, yeah, 13 acts. Drops the sleeper off. Sleeper have got HQ uplink, so turn 2 Han can play as 0 pip.
Yep.
Sleeper tap the HQ uplink. You ask if anyone's got a 0 pip. No, okay, fine. Sleeper up first. And of course, they got dropped off by the bus in turn 1.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, a bit nasty.
Yeah, I think that could be nasty enough on there, but not interesting.
And you've got the old not frontline commander. Which one am I thinking of? The
Hang
uh,
on. I know what you're trying to find. I'll try and get it up. What's he called?
is it
What's he
frontline
called?
commander?
Rebel officer is called. It is frontline commander or proven tactician. What one are you
Um,
after? The one with quick thinking or the one with dauntless?
no. I'm thinking of something else. No, yeah. So basically, you just got a shed load of repeating blasters firing into you, and if they're sat amongst the vets, then you're struggling to get hits on them from over range too because cover, backup, etc.
And yeah. Well, yeah, that's certainly just got some dice to roll out on that one. Yeah, but you are right. Glass cannon is like, oh, okay, right. So whatever's
Yeah.
alive is now going to just go bang back into you. Okay. Um, so just to follow up on the Grievous, really, really great Grievous. So Monk Reed has said that that Tom was doing something similar, but he's doing Wheelie Greg, the Super Tactroid 4B1s, triple staps, two AATs for 11 activations, which I think is horrible because it's got the perfect amount of speed with Greg and the Staps, and then some firepower, staying power in the AATs. Because it's hard to get rid of two. It's hard to get rid of one AAT if you don't have the impact. Two. That's yeah.
I've got another skew list
Oh, here we go.
which which has a unit in it that wanders around um, and chucks out 1 red.
Right.
Was it 1 red, 1 white, and
Yep.
seven black, and doesn't diminish.
It doesn't diminish.
Doesn't diminish. 1 right, 1 white. So it's 5 health.
Yep.
It's 1 red, 1 white, 7 black. It's impact 4. It's surge crit,
What unit is that?
Hondo.
Oh, okay. Let me sitting thinking, what the bloody hell is he doing? Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So it's Hondo, Asajj, Kalani, a bunch of 5B1s, Magnas, 3 Staps, and an Aquas. And you can play standing orders most turns.
Okay.
And
That's
Hondo's just dishing out an enormous amount of damage.
yep.
So
Uh, to follow up.
it's a very silly list, and Asajj is there. So if you do hit Hondo with 2 units to stop him disengaging, Asajj and the Magnus wander in and make it 1 unit.
Silly lists are what makes the game fun. There's no if everyone decided to run meta all the time, it'd just be boring. But at least silly lists exist, so you can go along
100%.
and have fun with. And then now and again, a silly list can turn up and go, ha ha ha, no, 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 no. and all this sorts of stuff. Follow up to Johnny said, "See, you just got to ask Jeff the kind of questions that he's just going to turn around and around his mind. So he's got yeah, seeing you go spinning right round was all good. Joe asked him has had a follow up question relating to his lats. I've asked him for some detail on this. He said, "What do the serious question is, what do you expect to see doing well at Worlds this year?" Follow up. Also, which would win in a lat versus a T47? I've asked for the what's on the lat because if the lat has door gunners and some shells, might have more of a chance. But if it's straight up naked, I'm going for the T47 personally.
Yeah, T47 Surge Crit Impact 3.
Correct. That's my jazz on it.
Yeah.
Best native gun in the game. No edits, no heavies, nothing like that. It's just the best straight off bang the dice on it. It's best cannon, if that makes sense.
Individual weapon. Yeah,
That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, if you're not without any like a unit without a heavy or any like melee thing, but individual as a ranged weapon, it's the best ranged weapon
is
on
it
a
not
unit.
Vader's? Oh, it's range weapon. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I had to caveat that. I just realised because Vader's five red, but it's 3 red if you're ranging it.
Operative Vader?
What
Commander
range?
Vader's 6 red.
Uh, range?
3.
Yeah, so
Yeah. So no. I get it. So
yeah, and it's not it's not even close. Um,
so what was the question?
what do you expect to see doing well at Worlds? I think it depends what's out. Personally, I have a feeling that the Empire will be resurgent. Should I think
High
it's
Command,
supposed. I was
High
about to say
Commander out
height,
afterwards.
but they are after.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, then that changes things ever so slightly.
Mm.
Uh, I think it's still going to be droids. Do you know what I think? It might, I know Isaiah won it with his ISPs last year. I'm wondering if that's an outlier, because
So
maybe that caught everyone by surprise a little bit. But I think it could be. I think droids still be the one to beat.
I don't think it'll be Shadow. Uh,
No, no.
so
Well, we don't unless Dyer comes up with something crazy.
yeah. An all pike list with whips is very interesting. That's
Why? Why?
that.
Why? Why?
Oh, because it's such a pain with the immobilize everywhere. You just stop people going onto points, and
Mm,
if they can't walk onto points, they can't score.
okay.
It's as simple as that. You can get a high act count, triple bikes, double bus,
Yep.
uh, 12, 13 acts, I think, with pikes. There are the problem is you just got to paint up 6 units of pikes with whips, and
Hmm.
I don't have the fortitude to do that.
There are people. There are people out there who can do that.
Yeah.
Would you not? Would you not split the ratio and go 4 pike 2 black sun just because then you've got the punchy power?
Potentially, but honestly, those whip pikes are horrible. If you want to skew this, Johnny, go and paint 6 whip pikes.
Is that predicating the fact that you can get the 6 bikes up and close? I mean,
Yeah,
I assume you're going to stick to
just
it a bit the same, but like
launch
bang
at
done.
people. Um,
Um, I think
the disruptors aren't too bad as well. Sort of 6 units with disruptors.
yeah, they're no slouch in melee with their 2 white dice per person as well.
No, and they're no slouch at shooting either. Uh,
No,
yeah, so I don't think it'll be Shadow though. I think clones can't have a bad game. If clones have a bad dice game,
yeah, tell me about it.
yeah, once that low variance curve hits, that's it. You snookered, uh,
Hmm.
and you've got to make sure that doesn't happen in all games. So clones can absolutely win, as Isaiah proved last year, but you've got to avoid the variance to do that, and know what you're doing with them.
They're not here. What do you reckon, Andy and Ollie? What do you reckon? Do you reckon they'll do well?
Um, Ollie's been playing around with a new list. He took a little bit of time out, but he's back now. Um, it depends on how many reps he gets. But I won't comment further on what he may be or may
No,
not
no, yeah, yeah,
practicing
that's
with.
absolutely fine. Yeah.
But no, he stands a chance. I would expect to see Andy and Ollie and Dave. I mean, I know Andy will be in day two because in the Saturday, because he won UKGE, so he's got his pass. I'd expect Dave and Ollie to get through to the Saturday.
While you're talking, just mention on clones, Brian LeBay has said, I personally, and thank you for watching. Brian LeBay has said, I personally think clones aren't leaning enough into defensive castling, which I don't think is I think is a very reasonable statement because everyone wants to. Everyone's focusing on things must move because it's a more mobile game. But is it possible to do defensive castling these days at the moment?
No, if you don't have mobility, you are dead.
So do you counter that with if you're a clone player with uh, running triple barks and then maybe double ISPs because they do move? I mean, and that's cheap
Oh,
for
God,
movement.
they do move. I mean, even if they just shoot move, that's a massive base distance.
Yeah, a huge. They're quick, and then obviously that doesn't preclude any Jedi's that go at any Jedi's with burst of speed. I particularly Mistano, who I still
Yeah.
think pound for pound is the best Jedi in the game.
The problem with ISPs is anything larger than a barricade and it can't get over it.
Yeah, that's a. But you can do. You
I'd
can
love to
do.
see I'd love to see ISPs get jump one.
Yeah, jump or.
No, don't give them it all the time.
No, what's the one I'm looking for? No, like the one that they should do what speed like Barks and speeder bikes can do. Same thing. They just need that. That's the
The
same
thing
thing,
is, if
really.
you do that, then you are no longer a ground vehicle,
Yep.
and therefore you no longer block line of sight.
I can deal with that. I'd
Yeah,
rather have.
but if you
I'd
give
rather
it
have.
jump,
I'd rather have more mobile ISPs
yeah, but if you
than.
give it jump one,
Yep.
you still retain the blocking line of sight,
Hmm.
but you then get once a turn to go over something.
Yes. Okay. Yep. Okay. This is interesting. So dear AMG, Jeff says, try this. Um,
Try this in
try-
playtesting,
but
please.
you need the mobility. So I'm saying you could.
Yeah. So castling, I don't think it's in the days when you could do key positions and castle and like maybe inch forward and then on turn six bum rush the center. No, that game is no longer a game, no longer part of what we do.
There's a maybe castling for certain missions, i.e., if it's a bunker assault and you're running clones because you keep everything bunched up pretty together.
Bunker
Um,
assault is one that will work for
yeah.
castling. But things like recover the research, if
Yep.
you castle, you're just waiting to lose.
Not just that, but I was about to say, but you can only really castle if you're playing against an army. It also doesn't have range for, and you don't, depending on what your range bands are yourself. Brian follows up by just saying, I have been playing a highly defensive 5.0 first and have had a ton of success, but you do have to map out your POI scoring very methodically, turn two and three. That sounds like that sounds like a you thing to do.
I know I wing it by the seat of my pants.
Ah, that old chestnut. Okay,
You don't get to be 4-10 down in turn five and win the game.
this is true.
You map it
Uh,
out.
back to World. So clones, we
Back
think
to Worlds.
clones obviously
Um,
won it. Be different this year. But obviously, 212 makes it. But 212 makes it a different. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? 212 makes it interesting
yeah,
because then the idea of triple ISPs or double ISP single saber or variant of and then adding things in is always good. So see what happens there.
I'm gonna go with droids. I'm gonna go with
I still think droids is the way is the one that the faction that has the most chance of doing well. if that makes
And I'd
sense.
say droids with geos.
Um,
Because they'll break.
your beloved rebels.
I think rebels will do really well. Um, I just think the power of those geos is too much. They are stupidly quick, and in the same way that rebel troopers are a black dice and can swing either way, so are geos, but they also get a white dice.
Okay. We haven't said anything about the Empire, by the way, as well.
Yep.
Um, we kind of it's like that. It's not like they're the elephant in the room in terms of they had that stormtrooper battalion drop. Um, what are your thoughts on the stormtrooper battalion?
I was distinctly unimpressed with it. I haven't put it on the table, so I can't comment from is it actually any good? But I looked at that and went, okay, what am I doing in this battle force that I can't do in a regular Empire army? Maybe get a couple of aims.
Okay,
Right.
that makes sense. The other one is
I just didn't. I mean, like I say, I haven't explored it in detail, and apologies, AMG. There may be something that I'm missing here, but I just looked at that and went, "What are you doing differently with Remnant? You're putting different heavies from different units in there.
I
Brilliant.
I was about to say is
You're rocking up with three ATSTs. All your vehicles have got Scout. Blizzard Force, you've got four speeder bikes, you've got HRUs, you've got something very different in each of these battle forces. And then with the Stormtrooper battalion, it's like, oh, you get an extra Stormtrooper unit, okay, and you get a couple of aims,
I was going to say is
okay.
Remnant then instead the dark horse for Empire instead because I think having played against it, I found it to be but that's yeah.
Yeah, multiple Dark Trooper units, whether that's two or three. They give you that Phantom Pass token, which is nice.
Hmm.
Um, but if there's anti-armor stuff out there, they'll just
Yeah, they'll munch them. So comments from this. We have comments here. So Chris Goodwin says, "Big fan of your exploits with Rebels, Jeff."
thank you.
He also says, "Do you think there is still a place for the Double X-34 high act Rebel lists? Do you still think the Astromech is still worth it?"
The Astromech's the interesting one. I definitely think is value, and I've still been playing with double X-34, swapping the Astromech down to a rifle gunner.
Hmm.
You lose the double tap. You also lose the damaging yourself. But what it means is once you move into range 3, you get an extra shot. So that's an extra suppression, or it's an extra 2 dice into whatever you're shooting at, etc. I love the hotshot pilot on the X-34. Stripping a cover off, so good. It just, we talked about variants with red surging saves.
Yes.
Likewise, you can shoot someone in light cover and think, yes, there's 7 hits, and they go 3 or 4 blocks, and you go, what? What?
That's right.
It's like that's not supposed to happen. Um, Hotshot Pilot just stops it happening. Uh,
Okay.
so yeah, it just removes that variance for your opponent. Um, so and for 8 points each, yeah, brilliant. I think the Astromechs went up a little too much than they needed to. They definitely needed to go up. I don't think they needed to go up as much as they did.
Yep. Okay.
I think that's an overreaction. It's not often AMG overreact. I think in this particular case they did.
Yeah, that's fair. I might sneeze to take.
Not by loads of points, but I just think what a
Oh, excuse me.
bless
Always
you.
right. Thank you. There'll be someone out there who's going to go, "Why is he just clapped?" There'll be someone else out there going, "Well done, that guy's got a daughter." Um, um, we were saying, sorry, back to we were saying, so that, so you think that AMG
Yeah, 60.
overhyped onto
I
that
mean,
one
it
again?
went up from 6 to 16 points. I mean, at the end of the day, it does give you potentially half your damage
Okay.
when you use it. You can inflict 3 damage on yourself. Um, if they if they moved it down to 2 dice as part of moving it to 16 points, yeah, okay, that's fair enough.
Yep.
But when it's 16 points and it can literally take half your health off, and all you need to do is hit by a rogue HH12 and you're dead. It's like, yeah, 125 points for that. No, you're all right. I'll leave that. Thank you very much.
That's fair.
Um, like I say, it's just tipped it too far, I think.
That makes
Uh,
sense. I have a comment, a retort for you
mhm.
from Lila. She says, "Excuse me, you'd already won on attrition, Jeff Farrar. Sorry, Jeff Farrar. It
I
was
still had
your
to get
game.
to the points.
Apparently, it says it was your game. She said it's your game to
What am
lose.
I going to lose?
Your
Yeah.
game to lose. There we go. Um, Brian follows up on his castling thing. Says castling might be the bad word, but if you build up enough defensive tech, you can move very aggressively turn two, and whether
Mhm.
things like the CIS out and whether things like the CIS Alpha.
Yep.
And she says Commander Ahsoka is the secret Gar source, and I was like, yes, I fully agree. She's my baby as well.
Turn one, Yoda and luminous beings, brilliant. Just sort of rock up and loads of dodges everywhere. And they turn up and the aquas turn up and go "Brrr," and then like 2 clones die and you go, yeah, okay, 2 clones are dead.
That's what you want.
And then you clap back turn 2 and take out the aquas.
And then Mr. Johnny, oh, that's it. Mr. Johnny, he says, I think we want droids to win for game balance. I assume he's referring to the worlds. And I said, I don't know if we want droids to win. I just think maybe
If we
they
if droids win, they're more likely to get tweaked.
tweaked is the word, as they say in Greece and all that sort of stuff. Um, trying to think of anything else. Well, I haven't had any other questions that have popped in recently. Um, international events. How many are you heading out to this year?
So potentially Valencia on the 31st of January and the 1st of February. I'm looking at that. I've booked in for the French one in June,
Nice.
the south of Paris. I need to sort of get a wriggle on and sort some accommodation out. I think I'm the only English person in there.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
big tournament. It's something ridiculous, like 160 players.
Yep.
Um, so be doing that one. World Team Championships in May in Copenhagen. Um, and then I'm on the lookout for something after that.
Yep.
So I went to the German GT last year in northern Germany in September. So I'm watching out for that one again. And the the Spanish GT in Madrid in October, I think it was October, November.
Yep.
Um, so watching out for that as well. Going to go back for that.
That's cool. We have Mr. Austin says, Mr. Joseph Austin, what do you think is the most fun combination of this is a good one. Most fun combination of primary and secondary missions?
Oh,
He personally likes. I mean, he personally likes breakthrough with destroy enemy base.
Breakthrough is a mission I do. I hang out. My stats are 50-50 on breakthrough. Um, it's such a nightmare scenario for players. Um, you, because the POIs are so far apart, once you've committed to one, you've not really got the opportunity to go back to the others.
Yep.
Um, so if you are canny, what you do is you put a fast unit down on one POI, and then just put the rest of your army on the other POI, play the whole game in that zone. If they don't deploy anything against your fast unit, you go and take theirs. You don't have to hold your own; you just have to have them not on it.
Yeah,
And if they deploy anything there, you just bugger off.
that makes
Uh,
sense.
Swamp theirs, and as long as you win on kills, you'll tie on victory points because they'll take yours, you'll take theirs. um, but other than that, it's just a nightmare trying to deploy on breakthrough. So I personally don't like breakthrough for that reason. Too chaotic.
Yep, I'm with you. I'm with
Um,
you. I like breakthrough personally. I find it quite fun because it means you're having to move up, and if you've got the right list, it works out quite well for you, and you can do some cool little flanky stuff if you want to as well. Um, that's my thing. But what's the combination with it then?
so yeah, I don't like destroying my base because it forces both players into not playing the game. It's just I'm going to defend my base and make sure whatever you throw at me can't get to my bomb. I
Hmm.
can't get your bomb can't get to my base. Um, and it's a long slog to get
Yep.
to the person's base. Um, so I can understand where breakthrough destroying my base, yes, they would like it, but it can get really boring if they then put their bomb right next to one of their bases because they're just going to swarm on that, and actually the secondary makes no difference then because you'll never get the numbers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I I think shifting's a great one. I love that sort of pulling it back and forth and um, letting people have the POI to bring it back towards me so that I can reinforce it, etc. That would work well with the castling. So shifting is one way you can castle up, move up slowly, get let them take it first, you pull it back onto you, and then you just follow it forwards after that.
That generally is what I do with shifting. I'd like to go, you have that one first time, and then I'll pull it my way and bring it towards my like kill box, if that makes sense. But I'm in front with my clones, that sort of thing.
Um, I'm a big fan of intercept. I usually have quite quick armies, and so I can threaten all 3 points.
Nice.
Um, so I really enjoy playing intercept. Um, what else is that? Bunker's a bit boring because it's kind of a stand and shoot.
Yep.
Um, and recover the research.
No outflanking there. No.
Outflanking. I think you've got to set your list up to
Oh
actually
God,
do outflanking.
100%. I don't think you can do it with just any old list
Can't
you
do a
have. It has to be.
generic list. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can. I mean, you can, but you're just not gonna. You're already putting yourself at a disadvantage.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know what we're doing today, and it was advertised on the on a Facebook post a while ago. We're doing our giveaway today. Those of you who pay attention to what we do on Facebook you would have seen that we posted a picture of um, the Mando Kenobi that Justin painted a while ago, and we purchased from him in donation to charity, his bikers charity, and we're going to finally give it away today. And I've been doing the wheels. I've been doing the wheel of names, and I've been going did ready to have it. Basically, this is out to all of our patron supporters. If you're a paid member, that you're in the draw, and if you're if you're tier 2 or 3, you get double entries. If you're core tier, you get the single entry. So I'll be doing the wheel of names in a second, and I will literally be drawing out and announcing the winner on this video. Sound exciting?
Very.
Good. Right. So I'm gonna hit enter and go in a second.
Are you sharing your screen for this, or are you just going
Do you
to
know what? I would love to, but I don't know how the bloody hell I
secretly and
can
then
do,
just
and
tell
I
us?
don't. I'm
Oh,
just gonna can't do it without doing it, if that makes sense. But I'll give you. I'm just gonna see if you can. So I'm just hitting enter.
I can see it. I can see it in your glasses, anyways.
Yeah, it's gonna be up here in it, so that's all fine. But so it's and spin. I am waiting for Severin Dymowski. I mean, I love it, the fact that it's someone whose name I can't pronounce properly, but Severin from Poland has won it. Severin Dymowski. Couldn't go to a nicer guy. Yeah, Dymowski. Severin Dymowski. Oh, that's how you pronounce his surname, Dymowski. Dmowskai. Severin wins the Mando Kenobi, which that means he's going all the way over to Poland for the winning. So congratulations to Severin, and thank you for your support, Severin. And yes, and so that's given away. At least,
Worthy
you know,
winner.
well, yeah, wait, lovely guy. If you ever get to meet him, lovely guy. Have a beer with him at school. I imagine if he's going to use it, he's going to give it to Frennick, who will probably playing with it because I think Frennick plays more clones. Oh no, Severin was playing clones at Shop Base, I think so. Yeah, so hey, at least we'll get to see it back on the table in the UK now and again. So there we go.
How are we doing for questions?
I am now looking through. We're going to wrap up in a short while. So everyone's having a lovely little chat. It's quite nice. So let's have a little chat. So Joe said this.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Do you think we'll get Shadow Collecting final again? I don't think so. We sort of established that one. Joe, have you thought about Lats in 212 to Lila? And Lila's answered a couple of questions about that. She said she did build Lats. Brian's.
I've got 3 lats in boxes.
Oh, there you go. There's the answer.
I've got one built and like 3 because they were on sale at like a tenner each. So it was like,
There were, yeah. But yeah, there are some insane stuff going on at the moment. Whoever managed to get a box of Geos from one place for 20 quid has done very, very well there. Brian speculating about world stuff. He said 212 is scary, but I think it will always go. Unfortunately, it just doesn't recover well if you have a few bad early rolls, which is completely true. He also says Brian thinks that Gar has the best chance of winning worlds, but he doesn't think it'd be 212. AAAT has a solid chance. I mean, I wonder what Andy will run if he's doing a AAAT with what he did last year, because he did very well with that.
I mean, Andy's got droids, which he did well. That's how he won his ticket.
Yep.
He's also done really well with Ewoks.
And he's been doing Ewoks. I don't know it at the moment, but I don't know if he'll take Ewoks to Worlds because there's two. At least he hasn't got to play the extra day for it, so maybe his brain might be able to cope with it. But I don't think he'll take Ewoks. I just have a feeling he'll move back into something. I think he'll move into something that will be a touch more comfortable.
AAT shaped.
Yeah, he'll just move into something that goes, I don't know, ba-boom, a lot. But there we go. Chris Goodwin asks, top 3 unit that needs some love and the top 3 that need to be pegged back a touch.
Oh, top 3 that need some love.
Yes, please.
Inquisitors.
Okay. Logic. I mean, explain your findings.
They do nothing. You don't see them on the table. They're just there. They're just a really bad unit at the minute.
So is that coming in at number 3 or is that coming in at number 1?
That's probably coming in at number 1.
I've got a better number 1 for you.
Go on.
And I'll wait. I'll wait till you see. Okay. I'll wait to see if.
Well, tell you what. Let me get my 3, and then I'll put them in order.
Yeah, please do.
So, Imperial Special Forces. God, they need help.
Okay.
The problem with Imperial Special Forces is they're slightly better shore troopers who die just as easily. Reliable one, meh. I'd rather have Death Troopers for another 4 points.
Okay.
And have that permanent red surge save. Better combat. The marksman, yeah, is okay, but you've got to feed it aims for it to work, and if it doesn't work, then yeah, no aims, no worky.
Yeah.
So Empire get 2 units there. What would I do? Rebels wise,
Brian just says you've got to try ISF with Callus.
I've done ISF with. I've done Death Troopers with Callus. That is really good. I love that. Yep. Courage 3, bucket full of dice, just moving forward, being Death Troopers. They are phenomenal.
And Death Troopers in melee are not to be sniffed at as well, by the way.
They're not. Mandos, and I'm going to do Mandos as both Rebel and Shadow.
Okay.
And the reason for that is I think that there's just this variance where you're doing a red surging save, it can fall down so easily, and you just lose so much value when you get like um, two or three blanks. You've got some mitigation once per game in the Gar Commandos, the Catan armor.
Yep.
And I think if there was something like that for
Like
Beskar armor,
a Beskar thing. Yep.
yeah, that, yeah, brilliant.
Okay.
Love that.
I've got, so they're your three, but I
They're my
can't.
three. What
There's
did I say? I said
You said ISF, you said Mandos, and you said
oh, Inquisitors.
Inquisitors. Yep.
The
So
one that needs the most love is probably it's probably ISF, because you can put three units on the table, but at the minute you're just not putting any of them on.
okay, so the three that I
Um,
had in my head are
Inquisitors would be second. Mandos would be third, because if you get the tweak wrong, they're going to be unstoppable.
I will give you. I can't believe you didn't say him. Actually, it shocks me that you didn't say Boba Fett. I
So
think I
anything that's 0 to 1, and I appreciate I've said Inquisitors, which are both 0 to 1.
no, they're going
Um,
to associate, so you can let him off.
yeah. Um, with anything that's 0 to 1, you can mispoint it by 10, 15 points, and it doesn't really matter.
I don't know if he's mispointed as much as just he because with I think the bounty issue exists for bounty hunters at the moment, and it's just a case of how that might get worked in. But no, I found Mr. Fett being the one who is probably needing a bit more love because he canonically is this awesome character, and I would apply that to the Rebel and
Mhm.
Imperial Fett agent. I think Fett's the one that needs a bit of love. I would then also chuck in something like the Gav tank. What I mean, it's lesser spotted these days, that sort of thing.
Mhm.
So that's that one. The you can't you kind of did touch on a couple of ones I did think in my head, so I'm trying to think of the one think on my feet. Uh, yeah, they're the main ones. I don't think you really went.
So
Oh, the robots, IG-11, IG-88 as well, but that's for the same reason that Boba Fett, the bounty has issue. They're a bit squishy. They're a bit squishy despite their red saves because they're five health, and yeah, maybe they need a little bit of loving. I don't know. Maybe like a one extra white or an extra black or something chucked in other weapons. Who
I
knows?
I don't buy into this bounty problem. So pre current version, bounty used to be you kill your target, you get a token, you then had to survive to the end of the game to get the victory point. Now you score the victory point as soon as you kill your target. It doesn't matter if you die from the next shot or the next hit, you've got your VP. So I don't get where this criticism of bounty is coming from. It's better in this version for the bounty.
It's more of the if you're going to get, I think it's because that one VP is not worth as much as maybe losing that unit because you'd have to probably sacrifice that unit to do that. So maybe that one VP is not
It's
a good,
so worth it
not as
in
much as yeah,
games
it's
that are so
not
tight.
yeah, maybe it's not bad, but that's the thing. If you have a chance of scoring one VP, but you lose a 100-point unit who can potentially do a bit more, a few other things, maybe suppress and or damage and or get involved with something else. I don't know.
I'll happily send all three speeder bike units into a target to put 18 dice into whatever it is, 18 dice into it to kill it. Knowing that the three speeder bikes may not make it out the other side. That's 210 points or whatever, but I know the damage it's done is wrecked his army or her army.
Yep.
Um, the bounty I think is still good. I don't know whether Boba Fett. suffers from the Mando problem, that he's got 5 saves. Blanks are painful. And it might be like Beskar chucks an extra white dice or something, or whatever it is, just something to help Beskar out a little bit.
Yep.
Um, uh, because there's not actually that much difference between plasteel stormtrooper armor and Beskar armor. And it just seems to be maybe just tweak the Beskar up a little bit. And like I say, that's the Mando problem in a nutshell. Gav tanks famously have a better range for than ATSTs. So I think with Gav tanks, if you use them as pseudo ATSTs at range for gun platforms, I think that's where your value is.
Maybe.
So yeah, I think it's more like Staps. It's how you use them. It's not so much that the unit is wrong. It's just maybe it's used in the wrong way.
Yep.
But with Inquisitors, just they're not very effective going forwards, and without a ranged weapon, they're not very effective sitting back. The only way I've thought of running them is with something like the Demoralize, and basically load up the suppression dealing
Yep.
element. So things like is it Terror, I think, and Inquisitor's Training. So if you don't shoot them, you're going to start taking suppression. Um, if you leave them, they're going to demoralize you, etc., etc. So, but yeah, if your game plan is just shoot my Inquisitors, it's not really a great game plan.
So I've got some feedback on the top on the things to reining it, the things that need some love, and then we'll do
Yes.
the ones that need reining in. So,
What's what do the viewers think?
the people. So Lila went with what I said, IG-11. So that was interesting. Um, bu- 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 Johnny says the game got more lethal, but Mando's never changed enough to account for it. So that's that one, and I kind of inclined to agree. I'd like to see that some there, but see what happens. Brian says I think the best Empire list for the American meta might be Iden Bosk with Death Squad, Inferno, ISF Callus plus Shore Spam. Ooh, critical does a lot to counter most of the topping list. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Empire Bobber got a huge boost with ability to zero pip his whipcord. Will be good if Force users become more prominent. Come over this way, Force users, a little bit of love. Um,
So
Lila says, and my instant response was, hell no. Give BSE 2 wounds a model, please. And thank you. And no. No, 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 no.
is
Red
that's all that they can run 6 squads of them again?
I probably. And then also the serious follow-up was because the bounty keyword, this is what Lila says, the bounty keyword is great, but most of the bounty hunters have tiny dice pools, so it feels very ip. So obviously you need to pummel them down
Yeah,
with other units and then like go pew, but you've got the odds that your thing that goes pew is going to die, or that little pew will be dice variance and saved, and you can't kill it.
yeah. I mean, I think things like if you said bounty hunters ignore backup, that might be nice.
Interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting concept.
Um, that they've got no time for other people. They manage to always snipe the target, etc. So even if they're shooting it from range 3, you don't get to hide from bounty hunters.
Yep.
They're taking you dead or alive. Uh, yeah, like I say, I think there are other units. Some of the characters like IG that do need a bit of a buff. But individual characters, I think if you decide that I want IG in my list, you can build a list around IG with repair droids and things like that that actually just covers all of IG's weaknesses.
Mm.
You can't cover the weaknesses of ISF
Yep.
in a list. You can't cover the weaknesses of the Inquisitors in a list. So that's why I picked those, is because you can't you can't list around it.
Okay, then. So we've had the what needs help. Now we
Mhm.
need the what needs to beat peg back down. And I've got one straight off the bat that I know. That if you don't say, I'll be surprised. And but so I'll leave it over to you though first.
Mhm.
So what do you think?
Um,
I
let's go through. I think I think Rebels, the annoying thing with Rebels is, and this is Bright Tree Village, is that the slingers are like 2 points less than the skirmishers. This should just be the same. It, having a unit that does range damage versus a unit that does combat only,
Yep.
actually, your range damage, if anything, should be more expensive. It's not. It's less.
Yep.
I just don't get that.
Okay.
That's not one of my picks, but it's just like. Um, Bad Batch.
No, really?
Bad Batch in Rebels, I think, could do with. I'll come back to that. Put a pin in that. I mean, it's just the range one being able to claim and contest.
I still can't believe you not said the one I'm thinking of straight off the bat.
Hang on, I'm just going through the factions. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. So Empire. Dark Troopers are interesting. Okay.
I wouldn't have said Dark Troopers need reining in at all. I
It's
would have,
just the
if anything,
ability
if anything, I think they need a touch more help.
it's the ability to have free pass tokens. Um, AAT can probably do one back up to where it was.
AAT is the one.
Um,
That's the one that's the one. I've got a second one ready as well.
okay.
AAT is the one that needs going. No, 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 no. Go back to what you were where you were. You do not need that.
I think Decker's at 67. I mean, they're 2/3 of the price when they were released. They they really shouldn't be 67. Geo's, sorry, Lila, Geo's definitely on that list.
I wouldn't put them on there because they're super squishy as. So that's just my. I wouldn't put them on there.
Have you ever faced 6 Geos?
Not yet.
Right, okay.
But
Face six Geos and then tell me.
I think the I get what you're saying, but the thing is, like, because I run a red save army, so it's not so much maybe the weight of dice that would do it; it's the mobility of them that would probably do me. And I would like to think that what I put out would deal with some geos, but I don't know yet because I've not played it, so I can't fully make an educated comment if that makes sense.
Clone Trooper Marksman is probably one for the list.
What? Really? No way. What? They haven't done anything. They've just appeared.
Yes, they have at 50 points.
Yeah, but without reliable and just nothing.
Okay. So you look at a Clone Trooper Marksman
Yeah, I'm looking at the card now.
at 50 points.
Yeah,
Okay. A Stormtrooper is how many points?
40 something, I think.
44.
Yeah.
Um, so you've got Stormtrooper at 44.
Yeah.
Sorry, 42. They've gone down. Yeah,
42.
42.
Yeah, so
Right.
8 point difference.
So
Okay.
2 points a model gets you an additional courage, a better combat dice, a
Yeah.
better shooting dice, and the ability to use range 4.
Only if you're taking the aim and you're not spending it, or well, you've got to, depends where you're getting the aim from, but okay. But they're speed 1. There's
Yeah,
in a game that's mobile, there's speed 1. Yes, they've got prepared
with
position, but
with
like,
prepared positions. Yeah,
I don't think they need. I don't think they need the help you think. But also,
yeah. It's just. I mean, I'm not
you've got to
talking a
remember,
lot.
you've got to
I'm just
remember as well in the faction that is in the Republic faction that is one of their outside of the pikes. That is one of 2 types of core they can take, compared to the Empire who can take 1, 2, 3, 4 outside of pikes and black sun. They can take 4 different types of core.
so. No, the definitely definitely separatists. I think droids is where you want to be looking. AAT, yes, definitely put that up.
Yeah.
Droidicas, definitely. Suppression is just so good. And if you can't focus them down because they're on a flank, that shield 4 you're just not getting through because you just not got the volume of firepower, and you're going to be depleted before you get to fight back.
Yep.
Um, Other than that, I think the game's in a pretty good state in terms of balance.
Aqua's an infiltrate. Aqua's an infiltrate. Need to know do that.
Yeah, I think the Aqua's still a little touch under costed.
Under.
Under costed.
You're think you. Oh, sorry. For a moment, my brain was like you were thinking that. Yeah. Okay.
No,
My
no,
brain was
no,
like, oh,
under costed.
yeah. I just.
Um,
Yep.
it's yeah, I mean, to say that the 78 points for the unit,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, of 3, that's what's that, 26 points each. Yeah,
Yes.
probably about right. Yeah, but then your heavy, which is adding 2 red and a white instead of a black and a white,
Mm-hmm.
is 2 points more. So it's a
Yes.
26 for the aqua and 2
Oh,
points.
it's unhealthy. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
No, I think when they put the aquas up to 78, yes, that was the right choice. Probably forgot to put the heavy up to sort of
Yeah.
34 or so.
Yep. Quite possibly.
Um,
I'm trying to think if there's anything else really that my brain goes, but no, I think, and that in terms of questions, that's pretty much it so far. So I think we're coming up to 5 to 10. I feel like now it's good time to wrap up the Q&A, really, that sort of thing. Obviously, we're going to try and do this once a month, maybe assuming time allows, all that sort of stuff. In 2 weeks' time, we have the resumption of the regular show, where we will be talking about recent events going on. Because there's one going on this weekend. I want to say Sanctuary.
Sanctuary. Oh my God, have you seen Sanctuary?
No. What do you mean? Seen?
Um,
What?
Tell
As
you
in,
what, let me
like?
just two seconds. I'll just put up Longshanks.
Oh, what you
Um,
mean? Who's attending?
oh
Is it the who's who of the UK
This is
play?
this is the UK. So I will say, if you've enjoyed this, please let us know in the comments.
Yes, there'll be. If you're, and again, if you like what we do and want to continue supporting, feel free to click on our Discord and have a look at Patreon and have a little look on there. Again, thanks to Comscan, who do some awesome tokens, and you can click on the links in the description. If you want to go to events, if you're new, you're experienced, doesn't matter what your level of play is, and you want to go to events and start meeting some cool people, for the most part, yeah, go over to legionevents.app and head on there. If you are running events, also go over there and put your event on there. It's always handy for us to know who's doing what and where, so we can turn up. For example, my wife said this weekend, recently, she said, "I want to have the girls around for a girls' night. Can you see about going away?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, fine." So that's how I'm going to try and find an event and try and go away. Because she
Hey,
wants to have a
if you're going to get kicked out on Saturday, there are 2 spaces at Sanctuary.
too soon this Saturday. Although I will mention it to her and just say, "Look, do you want me? I could do it this Saturday and see if she can get the girls over
Hmm.
that weekend." But anyway,
So, shall I just run down the competitors at Sanctuary?
the who's who. Hang on, let's go. Let me take a bet. I don't because I haven't seen, but I'm going to go with the who's who. So you,
Yeah.
Dyer,
Yes.
Terrell,
Yes.
Tony, Fox.
Yes.
Incidentally, happy 60th birthday to Tony the other day. Lila,
Yeah.
Nav,
Yeah.
Mr. Kimpton.
No, he's unavailable.
Okay, Mr. Hool,
Yes.
the Crafty Boys, both of them.
Oh, I don't think we've got any crafty boys.
Oh,
We've
what?
got
No,
no
no.
crafty boy. Oh no, we've got one crafty boy. We've got Ben.
You got Ben. Okay. Justin Reed.
Yep.
Who else am I forgetting? That's where I'm at. That's where my brain's at the moment. The Austins, either of them?
Sorry.
Either of the Austins?
So you got 7 of the top 8. You're missing the
Dave, obviously.
Dave.
Yeah, Dave. Sorry, because
Yeah.
sorry, Dave. And then I'm like, so either of the Austins?
I don't think so. And then you've got Liam as well.
Nope, yeah,
Yorkshire.
Liam Morford. Yep. And then go for the
Um,
rest. Go for the rest. Who I've
so
forgotten
then
about?
you've got French Amin,
Nice,
Juan Rogue,
nice.
Paul Athrell,
Yep.
Daryl Coles, Richard Tansey, Frankie, Tony's son,
Yep.
Adam Searle, Tony Moore, and Thomas Barrett.
Well, there you go.
But it's going to be, let's just see who. It's just like FA Cup third round. It's just going to be like who gets paired against who.
Who's Macclesfield and who's Crystal Palace then?
Yeah, there's going to be some interesting clashes there.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. But yeah, so that's that. But yep, if you have been thank you for watching, everybody, and thank you for the support for our patrons. Thank you as always.
Thank you all.
Jeff, say thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely. And in the meantime, I am going to figure out how to end stream, because this is the first time I've ever done things like this. So I need to figure out how this works. Talk amongst yourselves. It's always fun for me to do things like this. I swear it's when you go into this channel.
Thank
YouTube
you. Thank you
Studio.
for listening along. Thank you for chatting. If you've enjoyed it, you know what to do.
Yep. Please. Oh yeah. Also, please hit the old, like and subscribe.
The old ring the bell, like and subscribe.
I can't. I couldn't. I wouldn't be. We wouldn't be a proper. Wouldn't be proper YouTubing type stuff if we weren't doing it that way.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. All that jazz, please. But yeah. Thank you very much. I found the button that says end stream now. So thank you very much, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. End. There we go. I think we'll see what happens there.